Good evening. Hello. How's it going? Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're not having to look at the remnants of your books and figure what is full of mold and what's not. No, seriously. My apartment was affected by a flood about a month ago. The people that were staying in the apartment were incredible angels, like truly sent from the heavens. And they pretty much salvaged everything in the apartment minus our couch, which is a little funky. I don't know if we can make that livable again. It might have some mold growing in it. I'm not sure. Our rug was also taken away. Our table is a little cracked, a little waterlogged. And of course, some of my books are fully growing an ecosystem. So those ones we're gonna go through first. I actually haven't even looked at them. You wouldn't believe it if I told you, but I've only seen the surface books of these piles. I mean, of course, I've kind of like taken some glances, but I really actually don't fully know what's in these piles, and I have to kind of go through them and see if they are moldy or if they aren't. But there is a bag that is fully going to have to be cremated, I'm sure. So we'll go through those. I actually think I'm going to be able to keep the majority of these books. I don't think that they've been truly affected by the flood, but I do want to go through and see what I can get rid of, kind of keep a log of what I have, because I'm not entirely sure what I have. Anyway, let's bring out the dead. Bring out your dead! Hold on, let me go grab those. But I almost forgot. Hold on. Oh yeah. Oh my God, help, stop it. I'm not messing around, seriously. Let me go get it. Oh my God. Oh my sweet Lord. Let's first and foremost adjust this. And secondly, let's light a candle for our fallen comrades, shall we? Oh, let's do the thing. All right. Like I said, I quite literally have no idea what is going to be in this damaged bag. The best way to describe this right now, what I'm looking at, is just a huge bag filled with debris from a house fire. And I can say this because I had one as a kid, and this is exactly what it looks like. But I wasn't ready to get rid of it yet because I did want to see what I lost. And let's do it. All right, so, okay. This might be a good one to start with. It is Charles Bukowski Women. This is the first one that is completely destroyed. I don't need that. It's okay. Oh no! Look at this. No, my God, this is so bad. I actually started reading this book and I never finished it. And I never will, at least this copy, which is fine. Oh no! Oh, wow, that's so bad. I don't even know if I can show this on camera. Oh my God, it's Drinking, Smoking, and Screwing, which is a fantastic book. It's little vignettes of people talking about their relationship to drinking, smoking, and screwing. Wow. This one is like too horrific to look on camera. Chelsea Girls by Eileen Miles. My version of that is dead. This is so bad. Infinite Jest. I got about 100 pages into this book and I loved it. I just don't think I had the mental capacity to tackle that big of a monster with those cliff notes at that point in my life, but I still think about it quite a bit. Oh, this is sad. Stolen Lives. I have a whole video about memoirs that I like and suggest, and I talked about this book. It's a fantastic read. This copy's gone. The Sympathizer. I started to read this. I couldn't get through it, though. It wasn't exactly my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? Oh no! Oh no, there's so many things that died. Human Acts, I'm so sorry. Wow, this actually makes me sad. Madame Bovary. This was my first year that I moved to New York City. I read this book on the train religiously, and there was just something about it that was so comforting. And I love this copy. That's a beautiful, beautiful picture. I don't know. Well, you can't even see the cover, but there's Bad Behavior by Mary Gateskill, I think is how you say her name. Great read. That was the inspiration for the movie Secretary with Maggie Gyllenhaal, which is a good one. Lolita. Need I say more? Okay, maybe that's it. And Equus. Okay, well, this isn't even all of them. Oh my God, that's horrible. You know what? It could be a lot worse. So let's just say a big bye and have a moment for the ones that were left behind. I'm gonna take this off. Okay, now that I have washed my hands and taken a couple of deep breaths of fresh air, I feel like we can get into this section of the video, which is going to be looking at the books that I think are still okay. So yeah, let's look at these ones. Let's also just categorize what I have. Okay. Let's make sure that we get the candle in for the fallen homies. So let's look at what we have here. First and foremost, Of Human Bondage. I talked about this book in a video of books that I did not finish. I got pretty far in it and just never picked it back up, but I definitely want to pick this back up. This is kind of a Bildungsroman of a young guy who begins this relationship with this artist. He meets the androgynous but alluring Mildred and begins a doomed love affair that will change the course of his life. So here's this. I will definitely keep this. It looks like it's in good shape. There we go. An old playbill of Amadeus. Keeping it. Amazing movie. If you've never watched that movie, God, it's good. It's good. Ooh, is this a little gnarly? Feels okay, I think. This is Lost Girls by Robert Kolker. I read this year. It is a true crime novel. Follows the story of the Long Island serial killer and how it has yet to be cracked and all of the clues and things that they think might lead to the capture. Amazing, highly suggest. I'll definitely keep this book. David Sedaris, Sparrow Fever. I still have to read this, so I will put this on my TBR. Again, I forgot to talk about this in my TBR. A great picture of Oleg and I. Love to see it. Oh, this is a cute one. I think I might get rid of this though. I read this a long time ago. This is Gods Like Us on movie stardom and modern fame. This was like a full encyclopedia of stars and what it means to be famous and all of their backstories and things like that. Really interesting, captivating read. Don't think it's for everyone, but if you like that kind of golden age of Hollywood and why we're so obsessed with celebrity, this is a good one. I probably won't keep this. I don't know. It's so difficult. Wow. King Lear, actually my favorite Shakespeare play. I really, really like this one. I don't know, I think I'll keep it. Am I gonna get rid of anything during this? Probably not. This is The Art of Wearing a Trench Coat. I read this year. This is a collection of short stories by Sergi Pomez. Probably never gonna say that name right. It's just kind of like his life, his relationship to family. It's a really huge discussion about family, and every single story kind of shows the different relationships that he has. I thought it was good. It was my favorite thing I've ever read, but I thought that cover is banging. I don't know. We'll keep it. This is just gonna turn into me showing you books and just looking and seeing if they have mold on them, which is a great pastime. No! Arguably my favorite fiction book this year. If you know, you know. Okay, I'm not even gonna get into this, but Merman Love, baby. Merman Love. Can I keep it, do you think? Oh, okay. This I found on the side of the road, and I don't think I'm gonna read it because it's also in part of a trilogy, I think, and I haven't read any of them. But this is The Death of Jesus by J.M. Coetzee. I've read Elizabeth Costello by him and Disgrace. Disgrace is fantastic. Amazing, amazing book. So bleak, so heartbreaking, but an important read. J.M. Coetzee is a very intellectual writer. Sometimes I love his work, sometimes I hate it. I don't know if that's for me, babe. I don't know if it's for me. There's so many piles, I don't even know where to choose from, but maybe this will help me make a decision. It has. I'm gonna go to this left pile, which you can't even see, but I can. I have some plays. This is 3 one-act plays by Jason Miller. I have literally no idea what this is, but I love reading and looking over plays. If you don't know, I try to do some acting. I like to just kind of brush up. I like to see different monologues and things like that, so this is something I will definitely keep. I don't know what it is, though. Here is Eileen by Otessa Moshfegh. It was my first Moshfegh. I thought it was great. Great, spooky, not spooky, but haunting kind of read. Good for October. I suggest this for October. I'll keep this. for sure. This is Want by Lynn Strong, I think is how you say her name. This is great. I found this on the side of the road. This was a proof. I think this is having like a resurgence of being pushed in bookstores. They're pushing this as like a huge new release. In every bookstore that I go to, this is always front and center, even though this was released a year and a half ago, I think. But great. Really contemporary woman in New York City, struggling with who she is and trying to kind of not relive, but appreciate the past. This is good. I'll keep this. Oh, okay. This was a horrible book. This is so weird and boring, and it made no sense to me. But it's by Gus Van Sant, who I like as a director. I thought, hey, I like the visuals of what he's doing on screen. Maybe I will love him taking his visuals and putting it into words, but it was bad. It was so bad. But it is a first edition, and I'm gonna keep it because I do like the way it looks. I don't suggest it. I literally can't even tell you what it's about. Okay, this is a book that I'm literally not even going to show you the cover. Okay, I'm going to show it for 2 seconds. Beep boop. This was a book that I thought was literary fiction, but it was just an erotic novel, so. But I read it and I was like, that was, whoa, how daring. It was an erotic novel. I'm like too embarrassed to put that on the street, so I feel like I'll keep it. Oh my God, I hated this book. I hated this book. I thought that this was some of the worst writing I've ever come in contact with. I thought that the story was intriguing. Obviously, I would hate to be in her situation of being so confused about what's going on with your body and not getting answers. If you're not entirely familiar, she was a journalist living in New York City. She started having all of these horrible symptoms. She went to the doctor. There was absolutely no diagnosis. Her neurological responses were just not normal, and she ended up bringing a huge amount of attention to this otherwise not well documented disease. I'm happy for that, but this book was bad. Maybe the book was bad. So I don't know if that one will probably not be good. One of the piles just fell. Okay, we'll look at this one then. I'll probably never read this. Maybe when I'm fully retired and in a cottage, I'll pick this up. But I tried reading this and this was difficult. But I don't know if I'm ready to give it away yet. I'm thinking of ending things. I just finished this book not too long ago. Also great October read. Super chilling, super weird. Wasn't a huge fan of it, so I'm thinking of giving it away. Okay, 2 plays. Cute. Bus Stop. I was supposed to do this play and then I never ended up doing it, but a great classic. Marilyn Monroe starred in the adaptation of this onto screen, and this is the play version, obviously. And then Graceland and Asleep on the Wind. I actually performed Graceland when I was a little bit younger. It's about these 2 Elvis super fans and how they kind of compete to be the first to enter into Graceland, which is Elvis's home, and they find that they have so many differences but so many things in common at the same time. It's really cute. Oh, and then I have Geek Love, which for some reason, I've had this book for a really long time, and I've never had it in any sort of TBR. I don't know why, but I definitely want to read this. I heard it's just a weird novel, which is perfect for me. Can't wait to sink my teeth into that. Then I have The Blue Tent by Richard Gwynn, which was sent to me by the KD. Yeah, I'll keep this. Fortune Smiles by Adam Johnson. I talked about this when I was talking about books that I found on the side of the road. This was great. This is all short stories ranging in so many different themes and, futuristic, present, past, weird circumstances. Really good. I don't know if I'll keep it though, but I don't know. Yukio Mishima, Confessions of a Mask. Absolutely my favorite book cover, probably that I've come across in a really long time. Great, great novel as well. Kind of a slow burner though, so if you want something super fast-paced, this is definitely not for you. Maybe read it in the summertime. Obviously, I'll keep this. In the Dream House. Damn, this was good. Yeah, I love this book. Oh no, it's a little wrinkly, but I think it's salvageable. It's Machado's memoir, and she goes deep into her tumultuous and mentally, physically abusive relationship with one of her long-term girlfriends, and it's great. Hidden Valley Road, great. Robert Kulker. This is about a family. All of the sons have schizophrenia, and it is so horrifying. It is absolutely horrifying. They're trying to placate the situation and figure out what's going on because it was previously not as researched as it was, and they were just this kind of focal point in trying to understand the disease. Great, great book though. Then we have Amélie Nothomb, Strike Your Heart. This was a slight little read, kind of like, I don't know, a little funky book this year that I didn't really do that much research on, but it follows a woman and she's got a weird relationship with other women. She has a strange relationship with her mother, and it kind of chronicles her interactions with women after that and how she becomes her own woman. There's a lot of saying the word woman in one sentence. Enjoyed it, you know, I'll keep it, I guess. John Irving. I love John Irving. I do, I really do. You know, some people don't enjoy him, but I like his writing. I think it's really easy. Oh, it's a Carhartt sticker. Definitely have legs, and I'm sure he'd be happy to find that. I love his writing. I think it's really easy. I think it's like a, you know, when you just kind of want your mind to relax and you just want to be sucked into a story, I always suggest John Irving. I like it. I don't really remember what this one's about though. I read it a long time ago. I really don't remember. But I will, I don't know, maybe not keep that. Bear? I'm gonna keep that, of course. The Upright Citizens Brigade, UCB Improv Handbook, which is totally cringe to look at now. If you don't know about UCB, it is a improv school in New York City. A lot of super famous comedians came through those doors. It was established by Amy Poehler, but they don't pay their performers and they closed down their schools. So this doesn't really matter anymore. And they force you to buy this when you take the classes, which is interesting. So I definitely don't need that anymore. August Osage County, amazing, amazing play. I was supposed to perform this and I never ended up doing it. Also a fantastic movie. Meryl Streep and Julia Roberts. I'm not a huge Julia Roberts fan, but baby, she took it and knocked it out of the ballpark. Great, great play. Tennessee Williams, Small Craft Warnings. This is a really sad play, but so well written. The characters in this are fantastic. I did a couple of monologues out of this. I have a Sarah Rule play, which is, hold on, Not Enough Rope and this Sarah Rule play aren't mine. They're from my friend Megan, who I actually want to have on this channel. So I will probably give these back to her finally if she makes it this way. But Sarah Rule is just about to come out with a book, I believe, where she's talking about her Bell's palsy, if I'm not mistaken. I'll keep these, obviously, and give them to my friend when I get the chance. Oh, Zadie Smith, Changing My Mind. Loved this essay collection this year. This is my first 5-star. I don't know if it holds up as a 5-star though. I would actually want to reread it and see if I still take a lot out of it. I thought this was fantastic though. What a brilliant mind that Zadie Smith has. It was actually my first Zadie Smith. Hopefully not my last. I can't even imagine keeping up in a conversation with a mind as sharp as hers. Fantastic read. A Higher Call. This is from my dad. He gave this to me. And this is an incredible true story of combat and chivalry in the war-torn skies of World War II. I'll read it. This is definitely a good winter read. And when I want to brush up on history, which I try to do every so often with books, because I feel like sometimes I get so caught up in the present that I don't think enough about the past. And I think that that is a huge part of reading. This definitely would do it, I feel like. That cover, that looks like this is sold in a museum. But I love it. I'll keep that. This is an amazing play, Red Light Winter. If you ever have a chance to read it, it is fantastic. It's by Adam Rapp. It follows this prostitute living in Amsterdam who was recently diagnosed with AIDS, and she's trying to reconnect with a man who she fell in love with over one night, and it's amazing, and I would love to perform this one day. Wow. Darkness Visible by William Styron. I loved Sophie's Choice. I think that that is one of the saddest books I've ever read, but also one of the most beautifully written. I saw that he had this memoir of his deep depression, and this hits you in a way that really puts everything into perspective. I think that this is such an important mental health read, and I highly, highly suggest this if you've ever struggled with anything like that, where you just feel like your mind is a huge trap and nothing will quiet what's going on inside of you. So I'll keep that for sure. Kim Jong, born 1982. I read this year. I think it's a great book, definitely. I said it a million times before, but it feels like a required reading. It makes sense to me that these things are going on, which is so unfortunate to say, but I'm not entirely shocked. It's a very elementary conversation that makes it incredibly accessible for every person that's reading it to understand what's going on, which I think is very important, and I think is how this book should be delivered, but I don't think it's sticking out in my head as much as I wanted it to. I'll probably keep it and then maybe give it away. Oh my god, this book. I've never seen anybody talk about this book, but this is probably one of my favorite books. This is The Dead Ladies Project by Jessa Crispin. It's kind of like a memoir, but she travels around the world, and the way that she picks the places that she's choosing is that she wants to parallel it to creatives that she's influenced by. So like you have James Joyce when she's in Ireland, W. Somerset Maugham, you have all of these amazing writers, and you have artists, and she's following them and she's relating her own experiences back to them. This is great. I've literally never seen anybody else talk about it, but it's so frickin' god. So I'll definitely keep that. Yes, Daddy, I read this year. Not my favorite thing in the entire world, but I'll probably get rid of that, honestly. I don't know if it's my thing. That makes me so sad. This is a little destroyed, but not moldy. Classic crack hour. Good, you are good. You're good. It makes me want to climb every mountain, climb every tree, and hug every bear. I'm telling you, Classic crack hour. Probably my favorite nonfiction book this year. This is just all of his little journalism pieces and just little tidbits and just information about outdoorsy and nature-inspired things. So good. Definitely will keep this. Sacre Bleu by Christopher Moore. This was given to me by a friend of mine when I was doing a play. He said it was one of his favorite books, and I'm sure it has not aged well, but for a while it was something that I thought was so funny and so brilliantly written. He's a great humorist. He writes with such like a biting, witty tongue, and he takes historical people and events, makes them comedic, and introduces characters in a new light. Van Gogh, Monet, Manet, all of these artists, and Van Gogh dies and they're thinking that it's not real. He was killed, and it's like a murder mystery but comedy, and it's good. If you're into that thing, I'll probably keep this. Oh man, please be okay. I don't know, you feel a little flimsy. 1Q84, longest book I've ever read, but the easiest long book. If you want to introduce yourself to long books, this is the easiest. It reads so fast. It's so fantastical. It's Murakami, so obviously you're transported to this world and you are comrades with these characters. I'll definitely keep this. Design, which I don't really need to talk about. An Unquiet Mind. I read this in the beginning of this year. This was actually the first book that I read this year, so it's a very strange way to cap off this year, but this follows Kay Redfield Jamison. She is a professor of psychiatry at Johns Hopkins School of Medicine, and she is detailing her personal struggle with bipolar disorder and how it affected her life, how she was able to find ways to cope with it, and kind of what the ups and downs and plateaus of the disease felt like for her. I don't know, there was not like huge standout moments of this for me. I don't know, maybe I'll keep it. Parakeets. I read this year. This is a signed copy, found it in a thrift store. Had to fight a girl off for it. This was great. This is kind of like a surreal novel talking about a woman and the trials and tribulations that she's having to deal with mentally with the fact of getting married to somebody she might not really want to. She feels obligated to. She feels like it's her social obligation to get married, and you don't have to. I'll keep this. These books I haven't read, but I've talked about. The Office of Historical Corrections, Prophets. I definitely want to pick this up soon. I really want to. I think I want to read this before 2021 ends. I have to read that, so I'll keep those. There are also two books that I haven't read. Florida by Lauren Groff. I've never read any Lauren Groff, but this is a signed copy that I found in a little book library. But yes, I haven't read this, so this will definitely go on there. On Brief, We're Equally Gorgeous. That's how you say it, right? On Earth, We're Briefly Gorgeous. I have literally seen this everywhere. I got this for free in a Florida coffee shop. They have like a free library, so I picked this up and I said, yeah, I'll take that home. Bab. I have The Argonauts by Maggie Nelson. Blah, 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 blah. My brain was put into a blender, and it was pureed, but it was a good puree, and it was delicious. Wow, what a brilliant writer. This like inspired me to start journaling. I don't know how else to say it, but I feel like that's relatable, right? I'll keep that. The Heart is Deceitful Above All Things, Cringe Nation. I've talked about this book much more than I need to on this channel. Should I still keep the book though, so I can just keep complaining about it? I don't know. The Jeweler, I'll definitely keep this from KD. Thanks, baby. Interesting. I have the Communist Manifesto. I'm not sure. Something in me said, I'll pick this up. Haven't read it. Maybe I will. Who knows? The Secret History. This book, got me back into reading. I know some people love it. Some people hate it. Some people really hate it. But I love it. This is amazing. I actually did a tour of Bennington College, which is where this book is based. Donna Tartt was a cool college kid there. And this is just, it resonates with me so much because so many things that she mentions or infers to are my childhood places that I'm familiar with. So this is like my heart. I might reread this, honestly. I loved it. Times of the Heart, cute. Cute play. We'll definitely keep this. Definitely good. The Alchemist. I loved it. I don't know. Some people, again, didn't love it. I liked it. Chase Your Dreams. Keep that. I picked this up at a free book thing. I thought that it was about the doctor who knew that he was dying and then wrote a book about it. If I can find that book, I'm going to put it here. That's what I thought this book was. And it's not. So I probably won't keep it. I don't know. Blue Highways. I might reread this. I've since had a cross-country road trip, but I feel like I would like it a lot more. I don't know, it's very, very dense, and I feel like I didn't exactly love the writing style, but I know it's good, so maybe I'll keep it. The First Bad Man by Miranda July. Oh, and this is my favorite bookmark. Look at that. I lost it in there. That's cool. Miranda July is a weirdo, and I love it, and this book is a testament to that. I'll definitely keep that. Sarah Kane Plays. If you don't know, maybe check out On an Empty Stomach. Graphic, dark, damn. I should have found another D word. Dark, damn. Great, I'll definitely keep that. Christopher Moore, again, Fool. This is a humorous take on King Lear? King Lear. Yes, it's a humorous take on King Lear. This is the same guy who wrote the other book I was just talking about. This I remember being super vulgar though, so definitely walk into this knowing that you're going to be a little shocked by some Shakespearean characters speaking in things you're not used to, but maybe could get used to. This is that book. I don't know if I'll keep that. Splendid in the Vial, Erik Larson. I read this. Damn, I forgot how heavy this was. I read this year. I thought it was fantastic. I'm also a huge fan of Erik Larson. This kind of ties back into the book I showed you previously that looks like it was from a museum. This is an amazing read. I loved it. I've said it before, but Erik Larson writes in a way that is like you're reading a fiction novel. He introduces these very, very real people and narrates their life as if it is a story that is something that was made up in his mind. Amazing. This was following Churchill during the Blitz and the repercussions of World War II, which is always a fascinatingly horrifying subject. Definitely will keep this. I don't even know what these piles are anymore. A USSR old book. I'll keep that. I put this on the side of the road, and I think it will go back on the side of the road. A book about back trouble. I got this for Oleg once when his back was hurting him. Ooh, A Little Life. Definitely will keep that. I don't need to tell you what this book is about. You already know what it's about, and you've probably already cried watching somebody's review of it. But I will definitely keep this. Jamaica Kincaid's My Brother. I will definitely keep this. Amazing, 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 amazing book about familial relationships and why we feel like we have to justify why we may or may not love the people in our lives. Tampa, Cringe Nation, engrossing read for all of the wrong reasons. Thought it was super exploitive though. I don't know. We'll see if I keep it. I don't know. This is 50 essays, portable anthology. And it just has 50 essays from renowned authors, like you have Joan Didion, David Sedaris, Plato, George Orwell, Maya Angelou, James Baldwin, Thomas Jefferson, The Declaration of Independence. Interesting. I think I might keep this out and read this sooner. Women Didn't Make It. Ham on Rye is okay. I don't know. I feel like Charles Bukowski, okay. I'm not even gonna get into this. I had an ex-boyfriend in high school, you know, who turned me on to it. I feel like everybody has a story about that. Somehow I was 15, okay? I was 15. I don't know what my relationship is with Bukowski now. I don't know. There's definitely something in his writing that I think if it speaks to you, it speaks to you volumes, if that makes sense. I don't know, maybe I'll pick it back up and read it. I think it's worth re-evaluating and seeing who you were and why it resonated with you so much. Oh my God, stop. I'm so happy this didn't get damaged. This is one of my favorite books of all time. And it's for nostalgic reasons, but it's The World According to Garp by John Irving. This is actually given to me by my favorite English teacher in high school. And he wrote, Anna, this book is awesome. And it is. I love it. I'm a very easy person to please. This is like the ultimate fall read, I think. I don't know. There's something about this and the characters. I would be super interested to read this again and see how it changes me. When water, everybody knows about this. I read this year. I'll keep it for now. Luster, everybody knows it. I'll keep this for here now. Oh my God, my eyebrows are itching. This feels a little wet. A friend gave this to me. Megan also gave this to me, and I never gave it back because that's just how it works. And I think that's it. That's the last book. Let's keep the flame going for the ones that were left behind. Good news is that a lot of them were salvaged, were able to be kept, and that makes me very happy. I am going to keep the books that I think I'm going to unhaul for a little while because I have a plan for a 1,000 subscribers video, which I hope I get to soon because I want to give back. So I'm not going to get rid of my books just yet, if you know what I'm thinking about. But okay, let's keep the flame going for those that are full of black mold. All right, you guys are wonderful. You're fabulous. You know that. You know it. Keep posted. I'm gonna have a vlog about my last week of Ukraine and reacclimating back into New York City, and I will have that up by the end of this week. But enjoy this, my friends. All right, bye.